Well, they have veto right.
Okay.
So nothing that goes from the United Nations can be approved by Russia. Finish. United Nations is paralyzed. And then now 11 months of war, 11 bulan sudah perang, nothing changes. Macron, Jokowi, Guterres, a lot of people talk to Putin. What is the result? China is not helping us. China is more supporting Russia than doing. Oh yeah, sure.
Indonesia is very famous about URA. You know URA?
Yeah.
URA in TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. What is the meaning of URA? So how he can get a president?
Because people tired of politicians. Because politicians lie.
Okay.
Because politicians
Comedian
lie.
is not lie.
Huh?
Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, teman-teman semua. Balik lagi bersama gue Vasyl di Macan Idealis. Nah, teman-teman, hari ini gue kehadiran tamu yang luar biasa karena gue saat ini kehadiran Duta Besar Ukraina di Indonesia, Ambassador, Mr. Ambassador.
Yes.
Mr. Vasyl.
Yeah.
Mr. Vasyl or
Vasyl. Yeah.
Vasyl.
Yeah.
But you, I can call you for your name have a many name, right?
Variation.
Variations, yes.
Variation.
Right? But Vasyl is okay.
Vasyl is okay.
No, without Mr. Tanpa
Not
Mr.
very formal?
Tanpa Mr. Bapak Mr.
Bapak
Vasyl.
Mr.
Vasyl.
Not very formal?
No.
Vasyl.
It's like friends.
Okay. Mr. Ambassador. Mr. Vasyl.
Vasyl, fine.
Dan ditemani oleh ya juru bicara lah bisa dibilang yang ikut ngebantu menerjemahkan ngajarin beliau ini bahasa Indonesia juga. Lori ini sehari-hari ya sama beliau ya.
Betul.
Oke.
Saya bisa mengerti, tidak bisa berbicara.
Jadi saya bisa bohongin Anda, Vasyl. Jadi kita ngomong bahasa Indonesia, ngata-ngatain Anda bisa di sini.
Baik.
Oke, baik. Ini kita coba ngobrolnya kita campur ya, karena penonton juga mungkin pengen biar lebih memahami. Sebenarnya banyak isu-isu di Rusia, Ukraina dan perang ini yang memang menjadi isu global. And Indonesia have very interest about this war. Dan saya sendiri ingin mengetahui sebenarnya apa yang sebenarnya terjadi versi Ukraina.
So you'd like to know what's actually going on?
Yeah.
Your version.
Can you tell me about Ukraina? What is
perang ini, saya kira perang ini sudah menjadi perang dunia ketiga. Sudah. Why?
You can speak in bahasa
just
very well.
Sedikit.
Oh my God.
Sebabnya itu, this war already influenced many countries. Banyak negara sudah were damaged or influenced by this war.
Okay.
And
sudah banyak negara yang terdampak karena perang ini.
Yeah. And it's not please mohon ya. It's not perang di Ukraina.
Okay.
Bukan perang di Ukraina.
Okay.
It's bukan itu perang Rusia di Ukraina. It's war of Russia against Ukraine. It's not war in Ukraine. Because it's very important. Paling penting itu.
Okay.
Because if war in Ukraine, that it means there's something wrong with Ukraine. And nothing wrong with Ukraine.
Can you tell me about the history of Ukraine and Russia?
Very simple. Okay. It's very simple. The history, sejarah
Rusia dan
what?
Sejarah.
Ya, sejarah hubungan bilateral Rusia dan Ukraina itu sejarah fight for independence
like
for
Indonesia?
Ukrainian people against
like
Russia.
Indonesia?
Not like Indonesia.
Okay.
Because Russia was not colonizing Ukraine.
Okay.
It was just empire.
Okay. Maybe Indonesia like Timor-Leste, right?
Like
not exact. I think Russia in its wars is unique.
Okay.
Why? Kolonialisme itu buruk. Kolonialisme ya, penjajahan itu buruk, itu jelek ya, bad story. But colonialists bring something to the countries they try to colonize. They bring maybe some culture, some technology, something. Russia only brings slavery, misery, poverty, that's it, and death. That's why Ukraine was under the pressure. Ukraine was enslaved by Russia, not colonized by Russia. This is the difference. And 300 years, we fought for our independence
300
from Russia.
years.
More than 300 years.
Yeah, same like Indonesia.
Yeah, same period. Same
Yeah,
period.
yeah.
For 300 and actually 350 now.
Yeah.
Like middle. So this is the story about Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
We're no brothers. We don't come from the same root. We don't
It
come
was
from
1950. 19
No, it was what? You mean the beginning of this
beginning of the
slavery?
slavery.
1654 to be
1654.
precise.
And you get a
17th
freedom
century.
from Russia?
No. At that time
when is it?
we were oppressed and became the part of Russian Empire. Empire.
Wow.
So this is the same. The story very similar to Indonesia, but difference is Russia is just getting everything from Ukraine, giving nothing. Yeah.
Can I know about why Russia is very hate Ukraine?
Hate? You mean hate Ukrainians?
Why
Yeah.
does Russia hate Ukraine?
Yeah.
Kenapa orang Rusia atau membenci Ukraina? Gitu?
Yeah.
So why does the whole of Russia hate Ukrainians? Why?
It's a very difficult question
Okay.
to understand
Okay.
to the people, which are not. I stayed with Russians for many years in the Soviet Union.
Okay.
We lived together, so I know why. It's easy. If you want to understand, go back in history to the Perang Dunia Kedua.
Yep.
Nazi Germany, Hitler, they say we are supreme.
Yep.
We are better than you.
Okay.
We would like to kill gypsies, Jews, Slavic, like Ukrainians, whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
we are better than you. Sama di Rusia. We are better. We are supreme.
Wow.
We are better than you.
Yeah.
And we are like we have the right to live, and you don't have the right to live. It's simple.
Okay.
Very simple. If you live better than someone, okay. In Indonesia, you live and you have the neighbor, tetangga. Tetangga. Yeah, like kaya.
Seperti
Yeah,
kaya.
rich.
Kaya, rich. Yeah. What do you think? I will work hard to be better than him. I work hard, I get rich, and I be like him or better.
Okay.
What Russians say?
Okay.
I will burn his house,
Okay.
and he will be living more miserable than me.
Okay. Yeah.
Psychology.
Yeah.
It's all here.
Yeah. And
Boleh-
system
boleh-
politic. Okay, it's okay. The system politic in Ukraine is like one man, one vote, right?
Yes.
Same like Indonesia.
Yes. For president, for parliament, for local elections.
And you
sama.
have many party.
We have more parties, I think, than in Indonesia. We have a lot.
How-
We used to have like dozens of parties, a lot of.
Wow. How many?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe registered it was like 50 or 70, many.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
same like Indonesia.
But not many. In the parliament, I think it's like, what, like 5 or 6 big parties.
Yeah.
Because there is a threshold.
What is your critically about democracy? Democracy, is that okay for Ukraine or?
Winston Churchill once said, democracy is not perfect, but it is the best we have. We don't have any better. So democracy is the best we have.
Okay.
Other than democracy, we have dictatorship,
Okay.
authoritarian rule.
Okay.
I think, Indonesians understand
Yeah.
what is dictatorship, what is authoritarian, like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vasyl, can you tell me what is the current situation in Ukraine and the political situation, maybe, or the economic situation and overall condition of the infrastructure there?
To be honest, we don't have political situation now. We just have war, and we have humanitarian crisis. Basically, that's what we have. Humanitarian, well, like orang Ukraina, like orang sipil, warga sipil
Warga sipil.
are suffering, really suffering. Seperti keluarga saya, like istri saya, anak-anak, ibu saya, etc. Sehari 3 sampai 5 jam of electricity only. Every day only 5 hours they have electricity, or 3 hours. And tanpa electricity tidak ada air, tidak ada heating. So very dingin,
very cold
there. No water, no connection, no Wi-Fi, nothing. It's like this everywhere. Because the electric generating station destroyed by Russian missiles, Duta. That's it. Simple.
I'm sorry to hear it.
It's what happens in Ukraine now. And every day people just wait for the air alarm, because every other day we have the attacks. Yeah.
But politics? No politics? No.
The country is united. Now we don't have the, problems with political parties. No. Nobody fights politically. All bersatu. Like bangsa bersatu. Semuanya partai politik bersatu. Against the enemy. That's it. So they don't discuss. They say all political discussions sebelum memang Rusia. Ya?
Sebelum what?
Memang.
Sebelum perang.
Sesudah memang perang. After the victory. That's it. All these discussions, political things after the victory.
Okay. Can you tell me about what are the effort made by Ukraine so far in the UN forum, and what the future effort will Ukraine make in the UN forum to resolve?
UN?
Yeah.
You mean United Nations?
Yes.
To
resolve.
You see, UN now is paralyzed. You can feel this. Anything that happens is in UN is blocked by Russia, because Russia is the permanent member of the UN Security Council with veto. Veto. Anything that happens, veto.
Okay.
So,
but Ukraine is like a friend with USA.
They have veto right.
Okay.
So nothing that goes from the United Nations can be approved by Russia. Finish. United Nations is paralyzed, like not dead, but very close to that. Comatose, paralyzed. Yeah. Unfortunately. So whatever we do there, it will have no practical results. Nothing practical. Yeah. So UN needs reformation. Needs reformation. At least the Security Council needs the reformation.
Okay.
So not a single country like Russia or China will have the right to veto the decisions that are good for the world. Yeah. Why cannot, for example, now we cannot send the peacekeeping mission to Ukraine? Blue helmets. No way.
So, what is your effort to resolve this war?
We trying to in the United Nations we try to bring the truth, the information that to the people about the war crimes, about the crimes against humanity committed by Russians, about what they do now, like every day, and for the people, bangsa-bangsa, like negara-negara, to understand what's going on. And we're trying to create the tribunal, international tribunal, for the war criminals. And we are trying to finally to tell the world the truth. You know what?
Yeah.
Russia is the only country in the world. They never applied for the United Nations membership.
Yeah. Vanda tell me before.
No, they just came there and stayed. And it's not right. It's against all the rules. It's against all the laws. Because the country, the Soviet Union and Russia are different countries. Not only the territorially, but originally. It was the dictatorship, consists of 15 republics, and now Russia is like a democratic state. It's just Russia, right? So they have no right to become the Security Council member. No right. So that's our efforts. We're trying to prove to the world, and the world will take some efforts to change this. Yeah. And this is not against Russia. This is for greater good, I would say.
Yeah.
See, you have the evil and you have the good, and you have to take side of evil or good. Simple.
Yeah. Have you been held with the president of Russia to immediately end this war? So far, how far have the diplomatic effort of the two countries been?
No diplomatic effort can be possible.
No diplomatic effort.
It's very important to understand. No diplomatic efforts can work with Russia.
Okay.
Because we have the war since 2014, yeah? 2014. Yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Since then, many talks, many diplomatic efforts. So what? Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
And then now 11 months of war, 11 bulan sudah perang, nothing changes. Macron, Jokowi, Guterres, a lot of people talk to Putin. What is the result? Next day we have rudal, artillery shelling Ukrainian territory.
Russia.
This someone who does not want the negotiations. How can you prove? How can you persuade him? No way to persuade. Just.
So what is the influence of what the West has done by carrying out media propaganda in the war between Ukraine and Russia?
The West
media
doesn't make any propaganda.
Okay.
It's not propaganda in the West. Why? What is the meaning of propaganda? Propaganda is lies.
Okay.
Something you create to brainwash the people. This is propaganda. If you tell the truth, it's not propaganda. It's just news. It's just free media.
How about the Russian media propaganda?
Russian media is they have only propaganda media. They don't have free media. So everything they say is something that a president and presidential office told them to say. No free media. In Russia, for many years, no free media.
Okay.
And actually, we don't need, now at this point, Ukraine doesn't need any mediation or any negotiation, nothing. We don't need this. We just need very simple things. We need weapons.
Weapons.
We need weapons to finish the war. Because if you want to stop the war, you have 1, 2, 3 ways to stop the war.
But Russia is a big country. Have many weapons.
So what?
Maybe only
Doesn't matter.
US and China maybe can help you for give a big weapon too, right?
Well, China is not helping us. China is more supporting Russia than US. Oh yeah, sure. This is very clear. And Ukrainian army is very motivated, and we're not afraid. So once we have weapons to fight, we can fight.
In Indonesia is very famous about URA. You know URA?
Yeah.
URA in TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. What is the meaning of URA?
It's a long history. Goes back to the 13th century, when Mongolian army attacked Ukraine. At that time, there is no Russia, there is no Moscow. But Kiev was the capital of Ukraine, was one of the biggest cities in Europe at that time. And Ura is the word representing the attack by Mongolian army. When Mongolian army attacked, they say, "Ura, Ura, Ura." This is Mongolian word. And then when they destroyed Kiev, actually destroyed this country of my country, they moved the center of control over this territory to Moscow. So Moscow at that time, they borrowed the symbols, the words, the system of power from Mongolians. So they borrowed even this symbol of Russia, 2 heads eagle, it's from Mongolian, Mongolian times. It's a symbol of Mongolian.
It's different, is it?
Very different. Yeah, it's
very different.
So they borrowed this system of statehood with one emperor, and all the rest are slaves. That's Mongolian system. And they behave like Mongolians in those times, actually. So Ura is the Mongolian word for attack. And it's used by Russians. It never used by Ukrainians.
Ya. Ini sebenarnya ini menarik ya, karena yang kita gali sekarang ini adalah persepsi dan pandangan dari pihak Rusia, dari pihak Ukraina, yang memang di Indonesia ini banyak sekali beredar isu-isu yang lebih meluas mengenai versi Rusia. Jadi kondisi yang saya pahami di sini sekarang, kalau bicara peperangan, ya secara fair Ukraina lebih kecil ya, lebih kecil dibanding Rusia, lebih lemah dibanding Rusia ya. Dan ini kayaknya nggak fair lah ya, nggak. Ya Rusia mungkin kalau berani mungkin dia lawan Amerika aja langsung gitu. Kenapa harus lawan negaranya yang lebih kecil? And I want to know about what are the fundamental point behind this war. There's a politic or what is the history?
It's not
primarily conflict.
It's not a politic. It's ideology, I think.
Okay.
Ideologically, you see, Russia has always been an empire with emperor and slaves, as I say.
Yeah.
So they produce slavery. They produce the system that someone on the top decide everything for everyone.
Yeah.
He can kill anyone. He can, make a slave anyone, sell people, etc. Ukraine has never had kings. No kings in Ukraine. Only elected. We had only leaders, military leaders, political leaders, whom we elect. Yeah? That's why Ukraine has been the democratic, free country for centuries. And we have this psychology. It's in our blood, in our genes. We're free people. We cannot be slaves. That's it. Very simple.
Okay.
And many politicians, many thinkers say that without Ukraine, Russian empire will never be an empire again. Ukraine makes Russia an empire. No Ukraine, no empire.
Yeah.
For many reasons. For one reason is history, because they steal our history. It's related to Ukraine, not to Russia. Moscow is like 800 something years old. Kiev like 1500 years old. Yeah. Stealing the name because it was Moscow Kingdom and it became Russia. Russia is belonged to Ukraine actually. It's our name. Rus, Ros, etc. It's all on our territory, not in Moscow. Third, Orthodox Christianity started from Ukraine, and then it was taken to Russia, and then they say that they are like a main pillar of Orthodoxy. Everything was stolen from my country. So when they don't have Ukraine as the part of Russia, they lose everything. They lose the roots, they lose the background, they lose the ideology, they lose the religion, philosophy, and everything. That's why they want Ukraine to be part of Russia, always.
But in September 22, right? There's a referendum was held for Ukraine region, namely like Donetsk and Lugansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson, to determine whether or not to join Russia. The result was that more than 80%
sure.
agree to join Russia. How about that?
It's simple. For example, one region, 1 million people, for example, when the war started, 700,000 left.
Okay.
Only 300,000 stayed in this. All the rest went to Ukraine, western part. Yeah. When Russians came, they take machine guns and say, "You vote, you take the vote, you make a tick, show me, and then put it there. If you do wrong, simple. They have machine guns. I mean, people with the guns pointing you and say, if you vote differently, you will be punished. That's it. Simple.
It's seriously?
Seriously,
there
very
are
seriously.
Pictures online, so yeah.
Of course.
Wow.
This is not a secret.
Not fair, man.
And after all, we are talking about the small part of population there. because the biggest party is left already.
Yeah,
so who is voting?
Yeah. Do you have a video or like a picture?
Many of that, of course.
We don't have it.
Yeah.
Well, you have a lot of video like that.
Can you share the
Of
video
course,
or
I'll share this.
picture?
So this is a place you vote, and this is the people who coming. So there's soldiers with machine guns, and here the place where you have the like packages with food. So they say, okay,
if you choose it, you get a vote.
You vote right.
Yeah.
You get a package like 1 kilo of sugar, some I don't know what, potatoes. You vote wrong, you go to this place and you go to prison. Maybe not killed, but go to prison.
Wow.
Very simple. Very simple. That's what they did in Crimea. That's what they did in Donetsk. That's what they did in Lugansk. So it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
I had.
And look at look at your country, for example.
Yeah.
Say, okay, tomorrow Kalimantan will vote for independence. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Referendum is for the whole country, not for some village or so, yeah? If people say, well, tomorrow Sumatra will vote for independence, people of Indonesia say, maybe no. Doesn't work. Yeah? Otherwise, we'll have, instead of one country, we'll have 1,000 countries. Every village will be independent, and many kingdoms and many countries. It doesn't work like that. A referendum is something that you have for the country, not for the region, district, or
only
village.
That region. Yeah. For overall region.
Yeah.
And then what is the U.S. I want to know about the U.S. role in supporting Ukraine, and what is the U.S. role toward Ukraine? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it's very simple. Amerika Serikat membuat.
Amerika Serikat.
Membuat, no.
What do you want to say?
Membantu Ukraina to the extent they can. Okay, just imagine. Okay, Russia has been preparing to occupy Ukraine for 20 years.
Okay.
20 tahun.
Yeah.
They are producing tanks, producing rudal, producing everything to attack and occupy Ukraine. At the same time, Ukraine, because we had different governments, didn't produce anything. On the contrary, destroyed every ammunition we had, and we really didn't have weapons. When Russia attacked, we just had like Stinger, very old, for guerrilla wars. So United States and other countries, not just United States, other countries like the UK, like Poland, like Czech Republic, like Estonia, Latvia, they helped us a lot with weapons because we just don't have anything. So the main stories are here. First, it's weapons. Second, it's financial support because Ukrainian economy is damaged, very seriously damaged. So it's financial support. And third is moral support. It's important we have the moral support from the world. Because we are under attack. It's not we that attacked someone. And it's Ukrainian people who die, civilians, children, women, all elders, and just people die every day. So we need the support, we need sympathy, we need the words of condolences, we need the words of warm words of support. That's what we need. So that's what our friends give us.
And then the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, issued a statement that Russia is a terrorist country that must be defeated, and then ask Canada, Netherlands, Britain to work together to help fight Russia. Akhirnya, apakah banyak yang membantu Ukraina? Apakah sudah cukup puas dengan bantuan dunia terhadap
Is Ukraine pretty satisfied with what the world has helped Ukraine with?
Satisfied?
Yeah, satisfied with the help that has been given.
Okay. Look, this is an important question. We cannot demand. Of course. Well, if we say, you must give us something, it doesn't work like that. But we must show to the world one important thing. The war in Ukraine is not the war in Ukraine for Ukraine's sake or Russia or something. It is the war of imperialism against democracy. It's the war of tyranny and dictatorship against the humanity injustice. So, I mean, I told you already, it's the big war, it's a global war now. Because it influenced many countries, and many countries actually participated to this or that extent. That's why we do need a lot of help. And are we satisfied with that? I don't think I am satisfied. Because if, well, to put it clearly, right? It would be better if we have the tanks, air defense system like Patriot, like HIMARS and all this stuff before the Russian attack in February. If we had this, the war will end in 1 month. Finish. So now, I'm asking one simple question. Do we need to end the war? Do we want to end this war or not? Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
If we want to end this war, we have to be very clear how we do this. One option is negotiations. And it will take like 20 years to negotiate. And it will be a war all the time and la 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 la. Do we need this? No. Second one is to persuade Putin to stop, to withdraw the troops. Persuade him how? I don't know. Maybe countries like close countries to him, like China, like maybe India, like talk to him and say, you know what, if you don't stop, we will not be supporting you at all. We will be sanction you and la la la, and then he will withdraw. Second. And the third way, the simplest, I think, help us with weapons. We'll finish the war in 2 months, in 1 month, very quick. If Ukraine has enough weapons, finish. Because we are motivated. We are defending our land. We are defending our families. And Ukrainian people are very motivated on that. They don't want to stop. And there is important thing. We would not stop before every single meter is liberated. We will not stop.
Udah berapa korban ya sekarang ya?
How many victims so far?
From which side?
Dari pihak Ukraina?
Ukraina.
From your Ukrainian.
For military, I don't know. For military, I don't know. Saya tidak tahu.
Civil?
Tidak ada informasi.
What
No
about
data?
civilians?
For civilians, well, we have tens of thousands of killed. We have tens of thousands of killed. Well, we have around more than 500 children killed, and tens of thousands of civilians killed. But we don't know the how many berapa korban ada di territories under occupation, wilayah under occupation. Still, like Mariupol, it could be tens of thousands people, tens of thousands.
Only
We don't
Mariupol.
know, tidak tahu, because it's still occupied. But we know that in Mariupol, for example, the city cemetery added a lot of territory already. City cemetery?
Kuburan.
Yeah, added a lot of territories. Mean that thousands and thousands of people buried there. So it's a lot.
Agak menyebalkan ini akhirnya Rusia ini kalau gue dengar ya.
It's a bit annoying, Russia is a bit annoying.
It's not annoying.
Dia melawan sebuah apa ya, bisa bicaranya
negara teroris. It's very simple.
Ya.
Why? Russia, what is terrorist? Terrorist is the country that trying to terrorize the civilians.
Yeah.
They are not fighting with the army. They don't know how. Only terrorizing the civilians.
How about your family? Vasyl nggak ngajak your family go here?
You didn't take them
Yeah,
here?
they stayed here for some time.
Okay.
Saya punya 3 anak.
Yeah.
Yang kedua, yang ketiga telah
In English,
tiba
okay.
di Jakarta.
Yeah.
So they lived here for 6 months,
Okay.
7 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Sesudah pulang ke Ukraina, bulan November pulang ke Ukraina. Yeah. So now I'm here on my own. Sendiri.
Ya, berarti dia deg-degan terus dong ya kalau ninggalin keluarga di sana kan lagi kejadian begini.
It's a bit frightening for you to leave your
I know, but mereka mau di sana.
Oh ya?
Ya, dengan warga negara
wow, ini yang disebut persatuan.
Negara, ya.
Apa? Kalau di Indonesia itu ada persatuan Indonesia. Jadi
a lot of my kids are volunteering. My wife is volunteering.
Okay.
Volunteering job.
Slava Ukraina, right? Slava Ukraina, like a merdeka Indonesia, Slava Ukraina. It's very interesting. Vasyl, Mr. Ambassador, can you tell me about? I want to know more than about your president.
Yeah.
I know before your president is a comedian.
Yes.
Not background in politics, and now he is a president. Can you tell me about his career in politics? And what is the most important? Ukrainian people love him, very love him. You tell me?
Yes.
Yeah. How?
Well, I would say that they more support him than love. I don't know, love them or not, but I support him. I cannot say I love my president, but I respect him and I support him. He doesn't have any political background. And, well, you use the word comedian. I would prefer the word like actor. He's an actor. Yeah. Like in the films, in series, and on the scene. Yes, more comedian, but an actor. And very successful businessman in terms of he was a producer for
he's a businessman.
TV channels. Yes, he was a producer for a lot of films, which are also in Netflix. So yeah, he's a very successful businessman. Yeah. And you know, we had so many presidents. No, so many. Maybe what, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And all of them were having the political background. And it's not very clean background. Okay. All had the, like, very specific history behind them. Okay. Yeah. And that's why Ukrainian people wanted someone without any background. Without background. There's someone who never had any history, not becoming in the past. No MP, member of parliament, no governor, no mayor, no like pemerintah, whoever, minister, no, nothing, no background.
Yeah. So how he can get a president?
Because people tired of politicians. Because politicians lie.
Okay.
Because politicians
Comedian
lie.
is not lie.
Huh?
Comedian is not lie.
You see, at that time, I say to my friends that I don't know, but it's only chance for us to try.
Okay.
Coba.
Okay.
Mari coba.
Okay.
We didn't know. I know the candidates who had political background. I know they are liars. They lie. Okay. They lie to people. They are corrupt. They are not good. Okay. And for this candidate, I don't know. Okay. But it's worth trying because he's different. Better.
Yeah. The competitor is incumbent, right?
Incumbent.
The competitor of Zelensky?
Yeah.
Of President
Mr. Poroshenko, yeah. Well, Mr. Poroshenko as a president visited Indonesia in 1917, I think. Or 2017.
Yeah.
But you know, all the politicians have the background.
Yeah.
And this one now. So we decided to try. And I think that our choice is very correct and very good. You see?
So, politics in Ukraine before war is so dynamic, very dynamic.
We have, you see, just compare with your country, for example.
Yeah.
You have the direct elections. Yeah. You started from Pak SBY. Yeah. So he 2 terms, Pak Joko Widodo 2 terms. Yeah. So we had the first president 2 years, second president 2 terms, third president 1 term, fourth president 1 term, fifth president 1 term, and the 6th president is so we changed because we don't like them. Okay. They come as president with high rating, and then in 6 months, because they lie, because they don't fit the expectations. Don't meet the expectations of people. People kecewa. Yeah. Warga negara kecewa.
About the promise, eh?
And then when you have the support rating of 50%, in 5 years you have the support rating of 3%, 3%, like 0, you know? Why?
So Zelensky now have a big support from Russian people. Ukraine.
Of course, yes,
people.
Yes. Because he behaved like a real leader.
How many percent in the election the Zelensky wins?
In 2019, 2019, it was 73%. 73.
Gede juga ya. Mau dicintai nih presiden sekarang.
And it was very stable support.
Stable?
Yeah. The lowest, I think he had like 60% support. The lowest rating in
Jadi kalau kayak gini ceritanya, misalnya kayak Kang Sule, misalnya, ini bisa berharap jadi presiden juga di Indonesia.
A comedian like Kang Sule could be a president also.
Yes, also.
This
is, I'm very proud because this is democracy.
Yeah.
This is what we call democracy.
Iya, Pras Teguh, Anda bisa berharap jadi presiden, misalnya di sini juga.
We don't need, him to be a politician for a long time and then no.
Yeah.
Just come and say.
But he is a politician now.
Well,
the president is politician.
I still think that he is more like a real citizen of my country, not exactly a politician. He's a leader.
Okay.
Leader. Well, you can call him politician.
Yeah.
But he's the leader of a nation.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's I found this in my somewhere. They say that the comedian who became a leader of a nation in the era when many leaders became clowns.
Yeah.
It's
Ya, menarik banget ya ini. Tapi apakah kejadian seperti ini? The next election is 24, right? In Ukraine. Sorry.
I like this. How do you say?
Bambu.
Lizard.
Oh, lizard. Cicak.
Cicak ya?
Oke. Nice. Cicak.
Dia ngeliat aja lu cicak. Emang nggak ada cicak di Ukraine ya?
Is there no lizard
ada.
in Ukraine?
Ada.
Beda daripada itu. Tapi
di sini ada komodo besar.
No,
komodo.
No, komodo.
Ada. Rusia nggak ada. Di Ukraina nggak ada. Kecil. Kita gede. Gedean kita, Pak. Dia ngeliat cicak seneng.
Di rumah saya di Indonesia ada
dua cicak. Ada dua ya.
They're living there, eating.
Kalau kecoa banyak. Kecoa.
Cockroaches.
Kecoa.
Cockroaches.
Eat something, I don't know.
Oke.
They eat something.
Di rumah Dubes ada juga kecoa aja gitu.
Nggak ada cockroach.
But there's some beetles, I don't know what they eat.
Oke. Mosquito.
Yeah.
In Ukraine?
Here.
Have many? No, in Ukraine have many mosquito or
in summertime, yes.
Oh, summertime.
But now panas. Now dingin.
Yeah.
Gugur. What?
Musim gugur, musim
dingin.
Iya, musim dingin.
No mosquito.
Mr. Ambassador, what is your opinion about Indonesian politically? What is your opinion?
When Zelensky, my president, went to the fighting place, where like 5 kilometers from the fight, and he shakes the hands with people, taking selfie. People take selfie with him, and he's like talking to the people all the time. But Putin is hiding. Russia is powerful. Where is this power? Russia is rich. Where is the money? Russia is very no. It's myth. It's mythology.